for Carahouse. And off we go into Compound. Imperial will be feeling confident about their chances of a win in this series, but it will largely be dictated on how this map starts off. Already a very different play style than what we saw yesterday from Baisha up against GV. Much more aggression on the B side of the map from the defensive side, and not as much presence in toward mid.
Yeah, I like this call, though. The forward pressure is going to make it more difficult for these OMs to be impactful. And here comes the collision. Dola runs into trouble. Adrian gets the double kill. They're looking for the follow-up for the triple as well. Rambo able to find one. Rambo somehow steals the double kill, and we're back to a 3-on-3. What a response there from Rambo. I'm not sure how he got away with that.
I have no idea. I feel like Feifei and ADRF, you just got to be, in that situation, happy with the 2-for-0 and back up and play it a little bit more reserved rather than continuing that spray down, trying to take the fight against the next guy. You've already got what you wanted. LKK does a good job of dealing with a couple in mid, just easy as you like. Very strange how this round ended up playing out. Imperial, I mean, it looked like they were a shoe-in, and then it looked like it was going to be close, and then they ended up being a shoe-in again. So, bit of a weird one. You know, maybe just shaking off a bit of that rust there for Carahouse. It's been a little bit of a break. But need to see a little bit more discipline from Imperial. If you go up 2-0 in a round like that, there's no need to continue hunting and looking for that third frag.
A lot of utility, though, being thrown, but Gokun, this is a huge risk to try and go for this. Goes for the boost. He's going to be overwhelmed from above. Shady finds one. Ryuzao able to trade out with a kill of his own, but somehow Ryuzao hasn't been taken down yet. Rambo does get that late follow-up. Lucas able to get another as well. And things are working out much better this time around for Carahouse.
Yeah, I mean, Gokun just doesn't hit his shots there, right? And that's the big difference maker. If he hits his shots on that peak, then maybe the trades are a little bit more effective and a little bit more one-for-one-esque. But Carahouse had far superior positioning over Imperial, and so make it look pretty easy in the end. ADRF is on the other side of the map. It's going to take him a bit of time to get back over to A. And he'll have to go past Rambo in doing so.
There you have it. Rambo starting to come to life on the second map. Already 5-1 in the opening couple of rounds. 2 and 3 kills back to back. And now it's going to be up to Carahouse to get that momentum on their side. This is their map, so it's one they need to win to have that confidence to try and take the series back into their control. Imperial, though, this time, again, going for that B aggression. It did work out in that opening round pretty well until Rambo picked them apart, but they actually have the right idea this time, easing into that angle and making sure they're set up for the trade. Carahouse just playing kind of spread out, not fully committing into them yet.
Yeah, Imperial do like to play aggressive on B, don't they? And as a result, they've been able to set Gokun up for a peek into mid. First shot does not connect, but Feifei's position as of yet unknown. It's the bait and switch setup. In an ideal world for Imperial, Gokun gets the kill, but if not, Feifei can swing on the contact. He hasn't yet. It wouldn't be the worst of choices if Rambo takes a shot at Gokun for Feifei to just swing. But Feifei being very stoic on the corner right now. LKK has gone down trying to contest middle. Rambo's playing a dangerous game, though.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Feifei hasn't taken the bait yet. Very patient on this off angle, waiting to see if that comes through. Rambo, he could run into trouble if he goes for the full peak, but he's just trying to bait it out as well. Maybe he knows somebody's here. It's Feifei, though, who gets the first. He's able to get out with his life as well, so that's a big victory in the exchange for Imperial. They still don't have any control towards mid, but they're not really going to need it. They can go to the 2-2 anchor now, wait for that push pressure to build on the side of Carahouse, and the time is ticking to make their play. 40 seconds on the clock, and they've got to go through mid soon.
Yeah, I think you can even almost gamble an extra player back off of B and in to mid or over toward A here. If you're Imperial, you know that you had control all the way outside of B. You still do. And yet, Feifei's going to push around the backside. So instead of trying to stack their sights, they're going to try to go for more of a flanking opportunity. Gokun does a good job on that first shot. Now really under pressure, though. And I don't know that he's going to be able to buy much more time. Good shot onto LDX somehow. Gokun's found 2. That's put Imperial in a good spot here with 10 seconds left. Carahouse basically go into a 1-on-3 as that plan is occurring. But Imperial don't take advantage of the fact that there is someone putting the bomb on the floor. And they will, in the end, have to play out the 3-on-2. But Dollar and Lucas haven't been able to get off the site.
Yeah, they are stuck here in the pit position. Imperial's going to know it. All they've got to do is trade, but if they get a bit too risky or if they don't check Dola's position, it could be a brutal awakening for them on this retake. But Ryuzao, he's already found one. Dola, he is stuck, nowhere to go. And it will be Imperial getting it done to take the lead right back. And a 2-1 start here, very solid from them, only getting really punished on that counter-aggressive play in mid. But on the passive holds, they've looked really good. Yeah,
what is the change-up going to look like here from Imperial, right? It feels like they've been the ones kind of dictating how a lot of these early rounds have actually played out. Are they going to play as aggressively towards B and as aggressively towards mid as they have in those previous 3 rounds? Well, based on the positioning of those individuals, it seems like the answer is yes. They are really not prepared to let Carahouse get anything for free. Big nade stack into mid this time. Does a decent chunk of damage, but nothing too substantial. And actually, in hindsight now, it is going to be one of the more passive rounds we've seen from Imperial.
Yeah, I like the call here from Imperial, getting that nade stack out, kind of faking the aggression, getting some decent damage onto Lucas from it, but they back off into a 3-2 setup and leave that mid completely exposed, almost creating a bit of an illusion that there could be an aggressive mid hold there, when in fact they've got nobody directly contesting the mid position, and it's forced Carahouse into thinking they need to go for a play on one of the sites. This time it's going to be that pressure building towards the B tunnels. They've got 3 players ready to go in this position, but they're slowly backing out of it. They don't want to full commit. They know now that there could be that opening towards the mid section of the map. They have no presence there for Imperial to really fake them out with either, and this could be a good read, but they're still emphasizing that push onto B.
Well, Feifei takes the duel. Doesn't really manage to land any damage, though. Still, I mean, this is time that's being taken away from Carahouse. As long as you're trading evenly or not even at all, it's actually a win for Imperial as time starts to become a bit more of a factor for Carahouse. Sub 1 minute now on the clock available to them, and they've still got a lot of map territory to work through if they are to get into the B site, which it appears is the avenue of attack. Rambo spotted a player who has since moved on.
Nice headshot there from ADRF, make it a double kill. Shady looking for the follow-up. He's going to be able to find it, but it's almost a little bit too late because Gokun's taken down LDX on the opposite side of the map. Rambo and Shady both arms in hand trying to clutch this one out, but there's no time to work with. They've got to get in quickly and plant this bomb. Gokun shuts it down. Lukum finds another, and it's another Imperial round, and the spray there just tells the story, huh? I mean, they feel the confidence across this server completely.
Yeah, definitely. And they want to try and get into the heads of their Vietnamese counterparts on Carahouse. Don't think that's a bad thing to do at this point. A lot of pressure on Carahouse here. They are the team that is the fan favorite for sure. And if they disappoint in front of the crowd, the home crowd, then it's going to be a bad feeling tonight when you go to bed. Right now they are disappointing. They lost the first map. They're down 1 and 3 on their map choice. And Imperial are kind of going from strength to strength in these rounds. They're looking a little bit more confident as the game plays out.
Yeah, Imperial here. They've got a nice 3-2 setup again. Not that eager to contest into the mid position. They haven't needed to, though. Their solid anchors have been performing quite well. Lukum gets the opening frag. LDX goes down. The pinch starts to happen back onto this A bomb site. Lukum, though, through the smoke, gets a second kill, takes down Rambo, and now it's up to Dola to find the entries. He's able to find the first, trades down. Goken whiffs the shot as well. Feifei finds the push through to get at least one in the situation, but Lucas and Dola, they have full control over the A bomb site, and they'll get the plant down. But look at the backstab. Ryuzao trying to shoot the hands of Lucas as the plant goes down. Lucas escapes with just under 10 HP. This is a tough spot to be in, but Dola is helping him hold on for dear life here as he finds himself a second entry.
Yeah, Ryuzao's position is the big problem, isn't it? He's the anchor on A that is kind of denying this plant for the moment. Sooner or later, it's going to have to go down for Carahouse. Lucas is very worried about it. I'm surprised the ADRF is still anchoring over toward B at this point. I think, again, generally want to play toward the same bomb site when you're in these 2v2 situations. Ryuzao, though, just gets that timing onto Lucas. And so now we're going to see ADRF start to work his way across. He's pretty confident that the C4 is going to be over toward this site. Ryuzao, though, has it on lock. And that is 4-1 for Imperial. No surprises that there's going to be a tactical pause coming through here for Carahouse. They got a lot of talking to do. They got a lot of thinking to do. This is starting to look a bit awkward.
Yeah, not what I was expecting out of them on this map at all, but on the day, their blacklist sides have not looked very good, and this could just be a situation where they haven't found out how they want to approach things correctly on this side of the map. But you also have Imperial. You can tell they're just feeling a lot better in their position right now. They're just playing with so much aggression, so much fearlessness in this situation that I don't think Carahouse is ready to handle it, and they're almost crumbling a little bit under the pressure. You can even see it in the looks on their faces here, almost a bit distraught with how this is going, but rightfully so. I mean, 4-1 down on your map pick is not an easy thing to bounce back from in this level of competition.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, not only that, but it also gives time over to Imperial to think. Not that they really need too much time to do that. They're just going to keep going along with the tried and true, I'd say. And continuing to sort of try to unsettle Carahouse as they work through the map. There's been good aggression in mid towards B as well from Imperial. Well, let's see what Carahouse can do after that tack timeout.
The heat is on now. It's going to be Imperial looking to keep this streak rolling. The Carahouse looking for their shot at redemption as this map continues forward, and they certainly need it. It hasn't been the best of looks for them so far on map number 2. It's going to be a quick execution this time, though, as they go through mid. Goken going to be caught off guard. Dola shuts him down, and now they fully control this A bomb site just mere seconds into the start of round. Ryuzao, though, this is the player who shut them down before, and he's already starting to do it again. He takes down Rambo, and he can stall the plant as well. Ryuzao looking for more. They're going to go ahead and triple swing him. A smart call. He's down and out now. It's 3v4, but Adrian, he's going to be caught as well. Dola finds himself a nice frag there, and it's down to the 2v4.
Yeah, pretty tough one to win from here for Imperial. Feifei, though, starts it nicely, but immediately traded out, and Lucas will finish it off for Carahouse. A bit of a change of pace that catches Imperial off guard, but you have to think what a different round that might be had Goken hit that shot, right? It gives him a little bit more space. Maybe he gets out alive. Maybe it's 4-on-5. Sometimes it's those little things, but nice pace change from Carahouse gets themselves a second round. They'll still need more out of this first half.
Yeah, they've got to get things moving forward here on out. Otherwise, it is still going to be Imperial in the driver's seat of where this map is heading. They've done a good job up until that last round of dictating the pace of this second map. But Carahouse, if they can keep up this aggression of throwing some nice surprises the way of Imperial, this could easily be their map to bring back as well. The GR side slightly more favorable on this map, but not by a very huge margin as we've seen. Carahouse, though, They want to put that attention back towards this A bomb site. They really want to make sure Ryuzao can't be a late round threat. So this time they're going to challenge him immediately over towards this A long angle. It is going to be a 3-for-1 fight in his direction. He gets the early spot though. No shots being had just yet, but that's a lot of information as he spots 2 players on A long.
You can kind of get the sense that LKK wants to make something happen here into mid. In fact, it'll be Feifei who takes that first point of contact. A very isolated fight for him. Does give Imperial a bit of info, but now it's really on to ADRF, who also falls at the hands of Shady. Not ideal from Imperial. It started so well. But now Carahouse is kind of back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, good position for them to be in. Ryuzao, though, trying to make a little bit of a cheeky play here, sneaking under the mid tower, catches Rambo off guard, and this is where they could flip the script, but not if Dola is going to hit shots like that. Takes down Lucum. Ryuzao quickly to follow. Now Gokun left here 1 versus 4, trying to find that opportunity to carve a path back into this round, but there is just no way he's going to be able to safely approach this doorway into sight. There's 3 players just fixed on this position. They know it's going to be where he's coming from at this point. He's going to be spotted out already. And with this bomb on halftime already, he has to go in guns blazing and just kind of hope for the best in this position. But Shady just spots him out. That'll be the round. Carahouse 2 in a row now after their pause.
Yeah, so does Imperial look to change something up now? Go back to a bit more of an aggressive style on this defense, maybe. Oh, it's going to be an 8 stack on both sides. Neither really connecting with any damage, though. But Gokun has set himself up with a really aggressive position here, and he is not shying away from the fights. My goodness, that is ridiculous. And the fact that he's able to get out alive as well. Sure, for the trade of LKK, but you'll take that every day of the week if you are Imperial.
Yeah, that's a massive play from Gokun. Almost a little bit sour to see Lucum go down in the process. He didn't really need to peek there. He wanted to be that support system for Gokun to try and get out. Unfortunately, almost allowing for that equalizer there, but Gokun getting out with half HP means he can still provide a little bit of value for the remainder of this one. And he's going to get a 3rd kill already, looking for a 4th. Spots them, trying to move into sight. Shady going to be spotted out, gets the follow-up kill on to Gokun. Ryuzao, though, he's already here to try and find that follow-up himself, but has a little bit of trouble at first, but not for long. The double kill gets it done, and Imperial remain out in front 5-3.
Yeah, a bit touch and go for a moment, for sure. But it's looking pretty good for Imperial at the moment. What would you say is the pass score on this map? Is it 6-3? If Imperial get that, are they in a good spot?
Yeah, I feel like for them, 6 is actually even more than enough. It's generally a 5-4 over to the GR standard kind of map. So a 6th round here for Imperial would definitely make it feel like this is their map to take home, and rightfully so. They've been playing so well so far, especially Ryuzao really stepping up after kind of an underwhelming performance, I'd say, in his first matchup today versus Carahouse. He's just looked so much better.
Yeah, let's see what they can bring to the table then. Carahouse will default back over toward the B side of the map. ADRF and Feifei trying to hold there. Nicely timed smoke. Looks like Carahouse wants to go straight through it. Counter utils out there as well. And, well, they get through the smoke okay, but they decide not to go any further. LKK has come swinging across for Imperial as well, so it's a 3-pronged defense on this side of the map.
Some nice flashbangs, though, stall them out, and They're going to go ahead and second guess this push. It's going to be Feifei who finds the only player, and LDX trying to lurk. And the rest of the team forced now to rotate away. They want that follow-up trade so badly, but they're just so late to it.
Shady
Feifei can play it.
Needs to be very careful holding on to the C4 right here, taking these kinds of duels. Giving away a bit much information. I don't know about this one for Carahouse. Time is really running down. It's not looking fantastic unless someone finds a quick pick right here. Not going to be Rambo because Gokhan is all over that one, and he's good for another as well. Gokhan, he senses the opportunity for a highlight play, and he goes for it. Grabs 3. ADRF will finish it off. 6-3 at the end of the half. Imperial are stamping their foot down onto Carahouse. And Compound is looking like a difficult prospect for the Vietnamese squad.
Yeah, really rough first half for them on their own map pick. It's going to be up to them to show us what they can do as they move to the defense, but there's definitely some amplification needed from this team. Most notably, LDX. 0 kills in the first half. Surprising after he was one of the ones I was looking at in that first map as a key in some of those crucial rounds. So I'm hoping we can see a lot more out of him in this second half because they certainly need it here to try and redeem themselves in this series. Otherwise, it's already just 4 rounds away from Imperial making this a 2-0 win for themselves, which would be a huge boost back after their 2-0 loss to AG.
Imperial take that control in mid, and they just leave Gokhan there to his own devices. That's fair enough. Hold on to that point of the map, and everyone else regrouping over toward A. C4, though, has been left back towards spawn. Imperial really making full usage of the time as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're looking to maybe execute without the C4 in hand. Bit of an interesting call here if that's what happens. It might be a bit of a misplay. Rambo is going to be naded out of position. He's got 3 HP. He's taken down right away. And Imperial, they've already got a nice advantage. The C4 is going to be scooped up as well by Lucum, and now they can pretty much do what they want to as they regroup for the full push in mid. Lucas does slide into the corner pocket position, so he's got a nice bit of space to work with that he can maybe use to capitalize, but that flash over the top is going to make his positioning very, very tough to hold on to. Ryuzao takes him down. It's a 5-on-3, and Imperial are just steamrolling their way towards this B bomb site.
Yeah, I love this setup for Imperial. You've still even got one player in mid. That's Feifei to shut down any rotation. That is about as clean and clinical as you can hope for from a round on Blacklist. And Imperial are looking great on this second map. They were a little bit disappointed perhaps by the fact that they let the first go so close and go into the overtime, that they're now trying to make amends for that and close this map out quickly. 7-3 scoreline. It's a great spot to be in.
A lot of forward pressure this time from Carahouse. A good change of pace to maybe catch them off guard, but we'll see if they're prepared for it. Imperials seem to be reading the situation decently. They've posted up as if there is someone right on the other side of this smoke, but Carahouse, even though they had the forward pressure, they're going to back off, giving that control back over to Imperial. It's done a good job at the very least of exhausting some of the utility on both sides, but Imperial, they still have a decent amount to work with on this execution when they come through with it. There's no mid hold now as well from Carahouse, which could cause some trouble considering Imperial. They do like to go for these late executions out of mid towards that A bomb site, but they're kind of relying on that pressure B to work out for them for Carahouse.
Mid control being given over to Imperial for free. Carahouse seem to be playing a little bit more of a standard setup on the defense. They're not probing too much, not trying to be aggressive. But obviously as a result of that, you do allow Imperial to work their way through the map without using too much util. And as a result, they have a little bit more once they get up in your face on the sights. There's one of the smokes down. Rambo. Okay. Gets a nice timing through that smoke to catch LKK. And we'll see if Imperial have a way to negotiate this 4-on-5. Doesn't seem like it at the moment. That double Orm setup is being put to good use in this round for Carahouse.
Yeah, that's going to be it. They get a much-needed round, but it's still a long climb back into this map for Carahouse if they want to make it happen. And this is where we see if they can do what they did in that match against Pacific, pull it back, take it all the way, and put themselves in a position where maybe a third map is an option for them. Imperial, they've looked so strong on this map, but this is where they had trouble in the first. They got a big lead, they got a little overconfident, and then they started letting those rounds slip away from them. And I'm hoping in this situation they don't allow that to happen, because they've looked like the better team by a long shot on this map up until this point.
So much time available to these players in these rounds that they don't have to do anything really too quickly. And Imperial taking full advantage of that fact. Oh, ADRF has just popped his head up. He's spotted Shady. There's a really good opportunity for a double swing right here for Imperial, but here we go. Let's see. It's not even just a double, a triple swing. I think if you're Shady there, you kind of have to recognize that that is a possibility and maybe just fall back, because Imperial read him like a book and have shut him down.
Now the smokes will come down from Carahouse as they try to hold on in the 4v5. Rambo going to be playing posted up on the edge of mid here, but Goken through that little sliver, able to take him down. And that is another massive pick going the way of Imperial. 5-on-3 as they work their way towards B. It's going to be all up to LDX in this round to fight off that pressure. Ryuzao trying to get these lurkers as well. Dola going to be spotted out. Ryuzao finds himself one. Now it's all about just steamrolling onto this B bomb side, and LDX, he just walks off of it, and now it's just free completely. He tries to get back in. It's just not going to be enough on the timing to make it happen. Lucas able to find one, but a 1v5, surely not at this point.
No, you'd have to say that's probably a little bit too much to deal with, particularly with the util getting tossed in his direction. But Goken, again, you know, caught wanting for that kill. He's going to give up at least that 1v1. Feifei as well, playing with a bit of fire. Lucas under too much pressure, though, will eventually fall. A couple of rounds away now for Imperial, and securing the 2-0. This was supposed to be one of the closer matches that we were going to get in the group stage, but I mean, outside of that first match, this second map is really not looking that close.
Yeah, it really hasn't, and I'm hoping Carahouse can do something here to try and make a statement and bring this one back in their favor, but Imperial, they're just on another level, it seems, on this map. Adrian able to find one. The trade does come through from Dola, holding on to the upper mid tower. It is going to be a really tough round ahead if Imperial can't find their footing soon, though. There's so much forward control from Carahouse, but at the same time, they don't want to make the mistakes of giving up these individualized fights, so they're going to go ahead and back off here, play it a little bit safer, and wait to see what Imperial will do. But I'm worried for Carahouse because they have a bad habit when they're in this situation, whether it be a 5-on-5, 4-on-4, and the pace is slow. This is when they start to peak alone, and Imperial, they're really good at setting up these traps where they have 2 or 3 ready to go and counter peak right back at you.
Carahouse do have the stack on the correct side of the map, though. Just a matter of who's going to win the duels on the entry. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to at this point. A little bit of util still to play with for Imperial. A few flashes over the top might pay dividends, but it's a tough site to entry into on even numbers. Dola is playing somewhat of a isolated angle here, though. If he gets his head ripped off straight away, it's not really an easy trade until Imperial start to filter into the site. Rambo's just tucked in the sandwich. Here we go. Dola, what can you do? 40 seconds on the clock here. Imperial really biding their time, and you can even see that extra rotator coming across. This is a good situation for Carahouse, unless that happens. I mean, they had the players where they needed to. They really did, but they've just been obliterated. And it should be Imperial's round from here.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they had everything they needed to try and stall that push, but Imperial, the firepower, gets it done, and more importantly, takes them to a match point opportunity. They're going to have 5 in a row to try and close this one out in regulation. You'd have to think they're able to at least get one of those out of it, but Carahouse, when they need to tie, they've found a way there every time so far.
So far, that streak has to break, surely. 5 in a row now. Look, they did 3 in a row, they did 2 in a row, but you're asking a little bit much of them, I think, at this point, if we're expecting to see that OT again from Carahouse. This would be a real punishing blow for their chances of making it through to the playoffs. But Imperial do still have to cross the T's, dot the I's, make sure they finish that sentence off. It is not done yet.
Yeah, certainly not, but I'm sure in the back of Carahouse minds now is knowing if they go down here, it's going to have to be a win over all gamers to make it out of their group, which would be an insane way to move forward for them, but it may be their only hope if they can't find a way to win 5 in a row and somehow steal this map back. But Imperial, this is the Imperial I was hoping to see in day one. I mean, this looks like a team that could tackle the best of them, even the 2 Chinese powerhouses in this event, and I'm loving the improvements from day 1 to day 2 from this lineup.
100%. Again, Imperial leaving that timer down quite late. 1 minute left on the clock. This time they don't have a player advantage. They haven't split the bomb sites all that much. 5 players to defend, 50 seconds left. This will be a tough entry from Imperial. They're making a lot of noise. That, though, is a fantastic grenade. Onto the head of Lucas and Shady, and there's another one blooming in their face with that smoke. Feifei and ADRF combining for the initial kill to secure the damage that LKK did with the nade. ADRF, it's looking like it's all over. Imperial are just dominating Carahouse at this point. A 1-on-5 for Rambo, and I'm sorry, doesn't matter how good you are. A 1-on-5, I just don't see it happening right here at all, and it is Feifei to finish.